Who's the kid with a heart full of magic? Everyone knows it's Butters.
That's me.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times Butters was the best character on South Park.
I warn you, these images may be too shocking for young children.
Okay, I'm not looking.
For this list, we'll be looking at specific moments from the history of this show where Butters proved he's so much more than the clueless little kid most of his friends think he is. What's your favorite Butters moment on South Park? Chime on in down in the comments below.
Hey Mojoholics! For a chance to win cash prizes, play our live daily trivia challenges every day at 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern only at WatchMojo.com/play.
Number 10. Helping Eric. The boys have had enough of Cartman's antics and decide to pretend he doesn't exist by ignoring him.
From now on, let's not talk to him, let's not even acknowledge him.
Butters, being the only one not in on the joke, mistakenly talks to Eric, triggering Cartman to think he can communicate with dead people.
Jeez, Eric, why wouldn't I be able to hear you?
Because, Butters, I'm dead.
Now believing Cartman has passed on, Butters is terrified at first. But despite everything Cartman has done to him, he still agrees to help Eric make amends so he can move on.
He says he loves you.
Oh, that's so nice.
Beyond anything else, this shows that perhaps Stotch is the single most genuine friend among all of the South Park boys. No matter what happened or will happen, he still has your back.
Well, there's this ghost, see? Only it probably isn't a ghost. It's just a delusion brought on by my trauma. I'm supposed to help him find out why his spirit is wandering the earth, even though I know that I'm most likely just completely insane.
Number 9. Playing guitar. If you've watched enough South Park, you've undoubtedly heard Butters sing his famous I've Got Some Apples song.
Lou, 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 I've got some apples. Lou, 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 you've got some too. Lou, 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 let's get together. I know what we can do, Lou, Lou.
He's sung it multiple times over the years, but during season 23, Butters took on a brief but memorable stint as a guitar player for Stan's new band, Crimson Dawn.
All right, up next we have 4 of our local South Park 4th graders who have formed a band.
Fans were shocked to see both boys, along with Kenny and Jimmy, playing in a death metal band during the town's Autumn Fest. Not only is this entire band hilarious, but Butters as the guitar player and backup vocals just adds so much more hilarity to the entire thing. It's such a giant departure from his kiddie song that we can't help but laugh in tears every time we watch it. Number 8. Margarine breaks down. Butters pretends to be a girl to learn the coveted secret of the schoolgirl's fortune teller device. After faking his own death, Butters reappears in school as a new girl, Margarine. Get it? Butters? Margarine? Come on, that's gold!
Welcome to our school, Margarine.
Oh, thank you.
Cartman gets her invited to an all-girls sleepover where everyone else mocks Margarine for her look. Locked in the bathroom, we watch Butters bawl his eyes out, telling them that no one likes him and how hard it is to be him.
You don't know how hard it is to be me.
Margarine, we were just teasing. We think you're great.
You think I'm ugly.
On the surface, one might think he's just faking it to go along with the boys' plan.
Now look, I'm getting pretty sick of this. Well, I put myself through a lot, and you can't talk to me like that. Mom?
But given how badly Butters can be treated, it's easy to see how this is a very real moment for him, hidden in plain sight. Number 7. Sold to Paris Hilton. When people talk about this episode, it's almost always about the ending between Hilton and Mr. Slave. But it's hard to forget how big a role Butters played here as well. He's an innocent kid, minding his own business, when his parents agreed to sell him off to Paris Hilton for a big fat old check.
How much? For Butters?
Butters is our son. He's not for sale.
I'll give you $200 million for it.
Excuse me?
As much as he protested, Butters still goes along with the entire thing, to the point of wearing the ridiculous bear costume for the socialite.
All right, Butters. Tell you what. If you can raise the $250 million yourself, you can stay.
Well, how am I supposed to make that kind of money?
It's called working, young man.
Even as terrible as his parents are acting and how deplorable the entire thing is, Butters still manages to go along with it as if it's completely normal.
You work 18 hours, and what do you get? Parents sell you to Paris Hilton.
All we can do is feel sorry for the poor thing.
So that's it? No $200 million? Well, Butters, I hope you're happy.
I'm a bad bear. I'm a very bad old bear.
You're a grounded old bear.
Number 6. Stands up to his parents about lying. Over 26 seasons of this show, fans have watched how truly terrible both Chris/Steven and Linda Stotch are as parents to Butters. Grounded, tortured, and yelled at are bad enough, but the worst of it came early on when his mom literally tried to drown him with a car.
It's okay, baby. Mommy will be with you very soon.
I think yep, it looks like the car's filling up with water. Yeah.
He survives and returns home only to have his parents ask him to lie to keep them out of trouble.
We're gonna need you to tell a little white lie about where you've been, though, all right?
Lie?
It's here we get a golden moment where Butters does the right thing.
Now I am sick of these harmless lies and little white lies. You know, you can call a shovel an ice cream machine, but it's still a shovel, Mom and Dad.
Watching him scold his parents for all of the lying they've done illustrates that despite their terrible parenting, Butters is still a well-adjusted, albeit naive, young boy.
Butters, you're as right as rain.
You sure are.
Number 5. Gives up his kissing company. All he wanted to do was to kiss a girl for the first time. Who knew he'd end up turning into South Park's biggest pimp?
Wow, you're right, Butters. I should start expanding.
We could have our very own kissing company.
Cornering the market with his kissing company, Butters becomes far more popular and successful than anyone anticipated.
I'm telling you guys, it's the most genius idea I've ever come up with.
Having amassed quite a group of ladies into his enterprise, it soon becomes clear to him that maybe it shouldn't be about the money. After seeing a new prospect, Yolanda, who is actually a far too committed undercover cop, go off and marry her own pimp, we're treated to a surprisingly heartfelt message from Butters about the value of true love.
Oh, jeez.
Giving up his status and the money that came with it provides a great moment of growth for our yellow-haired friend. Number 4. Revenge on Cartman. As Butters' new robotic best friend, Cartman learns how Butters has a video of him dressed up and dancing like Britney Spears.
When Cartman is playing all alone in his backyard, he likes to dress up like Britney Spears and pretend he's her. He sings and dances around with a life-size cutout of Justin Timberlake.
Eric becomes obsessed with finding the tape, which in turn causes him to perform all kinds of ridiculous tasks for Butters, all while continuing the robot bit. Through all of their misadventures together, we see a much fuller side of Butters than we had before.
Oh boy, my robot gets to come with me to see Aunt Millie.
What?
Oh boy, Osmo, we're gonna have the best time ever.
As close as Butters becomes to Awesome-O, we can't help but feel a little sad for him knowing the real truth. It's also the reason why, when he does find out about Cartman's prank, we bathe in the glory that is his sweet revenge. No one makes our Butters feel that badly without a serious consequence.
Lame.
Number 3. The Birth of Professor Chaos. Every comic book origin story about a bad guy always has a theme of them being wronged somehow.
I'm afraid we're gonna have to let you go as our friend.
So it's no surprise that after being ejected from his friend group, Butters decides to take a stand to become a supervillain.
Prepare, little town. Prepare for the greatest supervillain you've ever seen, Professor Chaos!
But come on, let's face it, with Butters being as nice as he is, we all knew whatever alter ego he'd succumb to, it wouldn't be one anyone should be too afraid of. Such was proven when the worst thing he could do was hide some chalk erasers and swap bowls of soup. Yet the birth of this new side of Stotch would provide countless stories down the road.
Do I get a Dido costume made out of aluminum foil too?
Well, sure you do.
Number 2. Being confused. After a misunderstanding about Butters' sexuality, he's sent to conversion therapy.
A secluded camp where lots of bi-curious boys are all put together? That sounds like a good idea.
Oh boy, camp!
Oblivious to what the place is actually for, he just goes along with it like there's nothing wrong. Throughout his stay, counselors keep talking to him about being confused. which for them refers to non-heterosexual urges, whereas Butters takes it to mean literally being confused, which of course he is.
What's wrong? This is what makes you confused. Don't you get it? This is confusing you right now, isn't it?
Yes, it's all very confusing.
When his accountability buddy wants to jump off a bridge to stop his feelings of attraction towards Butters, Stotch stands up to everyone telling them they are the ones who are confused.
You know what I think? I think maybe you're the ones who are confused.
Yeah,
It's a message of self-acceptance and inclusion anyone can be proud of.
I think I'd like to come down now.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Butters' beautiful sadness. It doesn't matter how old or young you are, breaking up with someone just plain sucks.
Stan?
Come on, Stan, it's first down still.
Season 7's Raisins showcases perhaps one of the most healthy ways to think about the end of a romance. Where Stan wallows and focuses entirely on how terrible things are, Butters, too, is sad, but finds true beauty in his own sorrow.
I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. I know you were right. You're leaving me so long.
In perhaps his most profound moment, Butters reminds us that even the lowest of lows are often experienced after the loss of something amazing in our life. It's up to us to remember that, indeed, we do have to take the bad with the good to fully appreciate what we had.
The only way I can feel this sad now is if I felt something really good before. So I have to take the bad with the good. So I guess what I'm feeling is like a beautiful sadness.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.